So there are many of you that are out there that are looking for a little bit more distance and you don't know how to get it. Well, that is going to change because I'm going to help you do this. And this is really simple. You got a little bit of work to do, but it's really, really simple. And by the way, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. So here's the reason why you're losing distance. Your swing isn't long enough. So you get here like this, you set up to hit your shot, you make a swing and it goes like this, and then you hit it, and it looks pretty good, but it's only going about 185 yards. And the ball speed is at 110. Like, all these things are bad because what you're doing is you aren't creating any length in the swing. And there's some ways to create leverage in a golf swing that has to do with something that might not include having your body moving a whole lot. You can get this done very easily with a little wrist hinge. Yeah, that's right. Wrist hinge. Because what wrist hinge does, much like if you were going to hammer something, so give me a down the line. If I held this club and I wanted to create quick and abrupt speed, I would go like this. And my wrists right here, see, my arm isn't really moving. I'm just hammering this way. But if I try to hammer without using my wrist and I go like this, what you end up getting is this elbow can only go so fast. My wrist can go faster than my elbow. So what we got to do is we got to get our wrists to work. Now, that means you have to have a conscious awareness of, let's go face on there, Gibbsy. Yeah. Conscious awareness of this angle between this forearm and the club shaft, and you got to set it. So you go like this. Now, I didn't really swing hard at all on that one. Literally, didn't move at all. But the club head speed went up into the 83 miles an hour. Ball speed went to 114, and the distance went to 188. And that was just wrist hinging, not even moving my body, not even trying to get maximum body turn, just allowing the hinge to the wrist to hinge. What you also saw there was that ball started a little to the right and it curved a little right. Go back to that information up here on the board, Gibbsy. And what you're going to see here is this. This horizontal launch is a half a degree to the right, and the side spin is 340 RPMs to the right, okay? So I got right. So when I hinged the club face open. What happens to many of you when you start thinking about hinging is you hinge the club open. So let's go down the line. When I hinge open and I cut my wrist, the toe of the golf club hangs. I want to hinge so that I don't cup the wrist. The wrist is relatively flat, and the club face now is a little bit squarer, okay? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this and I'm just going to hinge my wrist up here into a position where I have flat wrist, square face, so hinge and there. And now all of a sudden, I didn't quite get the club face in the square position, but all of a sudden the ball had 130 miles an hour of ball speed, and it flew 207. And that was with me not having my wrist in the right position. Better, but not what I'm looking for, okay? And this will happen to you as well. You'll go, well, I know I hinged that with my wrist in the position I wanted. But the ball isn't going to lie. It's not going to go, well, you know what, it's breed. Let's not go over there. Let's keep going to the right. It doesn't do that. It's not for you and against me. It's for all of us. We just have to understand how to control that face. So now what I'm going to do, because I hinged there, but I didn't get the ball to do what I wanted it to do, I'm going to change my grip a little bit, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to alter my grip so that now it's a bit stronger. So my left hand is going to be more on top of the club in what I call the 12 o'clock position. So I'm going to be more on the 12 o'clock position instead of the 9 o'clock position. If you didn't see that video, there's a video up here. You can go and search that with how to get your hands on the club properly. But I'm going to take that left hand, I'm going to get it more on top of the club. I'm going to get my right hand more under the club. And now when I hinge this one, now my club face is going to be in the right spot. So here we go, same thing, hinge. Now this one's a little bit better. This one's obviously a little bit faster, and this one's obviously quite a bit farther. This one now is out there about 238. It carried 220. And the ball speed is up to 138, almost 140. Now when I play with my swing, My ball speed when I go is like 152, 153. So that right there is not that far behind, and I'm not even using my body just yet. I'm just hinging up and trying to get that club face a little bit square. Let's see if I can get this thing squared up and hit a little draw and see if we can't get this thing to get close to that 250. So now I'm gonna set my wrists even more over there. That's gonna take the trail shoulder and it's gonna get it more underneath. Now I'm gonna hinge up, get that club face in a better spot. Let's see what we get. And there you go. So now I hinged it too much. But now look at what happened. This is awesome. Clubhead speed now went up to almost 100 miles an hour. Just with a little bit of hinge. I might have turned, but just all I'm thinking about was just getting a hinge in my wrist and letting the club travel a little bit farther. Clubhead speed went up, ball speed went up, distance went up 262. I was at 183 before. That's almost 100 yards. Now, are you going to get 100 yards? Maybe not, but are you going to get more yards? Absolutely. So let me just go over this one more time for you here. Okay? So here's what you're going to do. And you have to understand you got to do these together. If you don't do them together, you're going to hit a lot of really fast shots that are going to go really far to the push side. I want you to start with taking your grip a little stronger. So close in on that there, yeah. So you can see right there that my hand is well over to the back side. My trail hand now is underneath. That's perfect. Okay, now back on out. And now when you take this club back, I want you to feel like you're going to let this wrist hinge. And when you hinge it, now look at the position of the club face. It's now in a bit more of a shut position. My wrist may be a little cupped, but it's not cupped to where the face is open. It's cupped to where the face is square because of how I held the club, or cupped to where the face is closed. So we get up here, and then we hinge it. And then go ahead and hit it with the hinge that you got. So hinge. Now, I hit this one a little off the toe, but that one has a little bit of roll to it. Look at it. Get out there. Get past that 250. Thank you very much. And all of a sudden, my numbers are a whole lot better. Look at that. That one there carried about 215, rolled out past 250. You want more distance. I know you do. I'm helping you. You're pleading. I'm answering. Strengthen your grip. Get that hand on top, that lead hand on top, trail hand underneath. Let the wrists hinge. Don't be afraid. It's a power gain. It's a way you're going to pick up some speed. Are you going to hit it perfectly when you first do it? No. It's going to take you a little bit of time to get used to. But you get that grip, you let this thing hinge, and then let it go. Just let it go. Hinge it and let it go. I'm not even talking about using your body. You will use it. You're just going to hinge it and let it go. And you can see when I go like this, look at how much farther that club travels. My club with the driver typically is going to stop up here. I'm hinging this thing and letting it go over there, and now it goes past parallel. The longer that club is traveling, the better chance you have of hitting the golf ball long. Obviously, provided that you can hit it with a square face, which is why that grip is where it is. So we're going to set the grip. We're going to hinge the wrist. We're going to let that ball get out there. You're going to gain distance. You're going to have some smiles. I promise you. Don't be afraid to tell your friends. I know you don't want to give your money away. I get it, but come on. To improve all parts of your game, subscribe to my channel and click the link below.